Is all the whole Remy and Pap situation, none of it was true?
I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I have been open in all my relationships that I've had. All of them.
Well,
I mean,
look.
I probably have 4 boyfriends online so far.
It's just I don't know.
I don't know.
They both
man.
nice.
They both
but
nice.
it would have to be new lyrics now. Right? Because Joe can't keep doing pumping.
Y'all, is Remy Ma really out here holding Papoose hostage? Cause why is this man out here begging for a divorce and she still won't let him go? I mean, it reached a point that Claressa Shields was willing to step in the ring, ready to throw some hands and elbows. Literally just to knock the sense into her. And y'all, this isn't just about love. Word in the streets is that Pap might be coming for that alimony bag. But let's not forget he held Remy down when she was locked up and kept her name alive. Now that she's been out here making her money and getting cozy with ease of the black captain, who, by the way, already replaced her with 2 younger women, Remy still don't want to let Pap go. Y'all, this is getting messy and Claressa Shields is not having it. So let's get into it, y'all. So Claressa Shields has been out here showing love for her man, Pap, in the sweetest little way. Just recently, she hacked with a birthday post that had everybody talking. She wrote, "Oh man, happy birthday, King Pap. So grateful for your life, your laugh, your music, your guidance, your love. You are truly one of one. I pray God bless you with many more years and even quicker hands cause today, you getting all your B-Day punches. Love you. Happy birthday, Poppy." That was cute. Not her throwing birthday punches, though cause those might hurt. But Claressa is clearly all in. Put the elephant in the room. Pap still hasn't put a ring on it yet, even with all the rumors. And why? Because Remy Ma is out here playing keep away with those divorce papers. Now, let's be real. It's not because Pap hasn't tried. He's been out here letting people know that he's been asking for this divorce. And we're not talking about once or twice. He said he's been asking for it numerous times. Y'all remember when Remy exposed those text messages between Pap and Claressa, right? Well, y'all, the tea was scorching. And the messages Claressa was clearly frustrated because Pap didn't let her know he made it home safe. And she kept it real, saying, "You're the one who was married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know that you made it home safe." Y'all, she said what she said because she cares about her man. But Remy wasn't done. No, she took it a step further. She went on to accuse Pap of threatening to call the police on her, and even claimed to have audio of him being physical with her. Now, Pap denied all of that, of course, but what he did say was that Remy is just mad because he's moved on. Y'all, let's not forget during Christmas, 2023, Remy was all cozied up with Ezra, the block captain. And now we all remember that rap battle where she straight up confessed. She was in love with him. So how are you in love with a whole new man, but still refusing to let Pap go? Make it make sense, y'all.
Today, you ready? There you go.
Hey, you see the vibe?
That's the punchline. But if you thought that that was messy, hold on, cause there's even more. Claressa and Pap have been giving everybody couple goals, and they even shared a little glimpse into their love life when they went on a whole vacation for Valentine's Day. Guys, they were out here in Hawaii living their best lives. But pictures showed them soaking up the sun and enjoying the vibes, and Pap was there kicking off the inaugural Hawaii Fest. Now, you know Pap stays about his business, so even in the middle of his romantic getaway, he took time to hop on Thread to let the people know what's up. He posted the show was phenomenal. So many stars pulled up. We're records. This year, we make history.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
So, okay, Mr. Pap. Well, while Pap was out here securing a bag, Claressa was securing hearts. She posted a sweet clip of her serenading her man on the beach. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Y'all, the love was corny, but real. But they wasn't the only ones getting jiggy with it. Because listen, this is where things get real serious. Serious. Word in the streets is that Pap has had this whole romantic getaway planned out for a minute. And get this, the plan was to make it official. Pap was allegedly hoping to finalize his divorce with Remy before his trip, so that he could have his big moment and propose to Claressa on Valentine's Day. I mean, can you imagine? Hawaii, the vibes, the love in the air. It would have been perfect. But guess who had to come through and ruin it? Annie up. Yep, that fool, Remy Ma, and why? Because things with her new boo, Izzy the block captain, weren't going the way that she wanted. So she's out here playing games and keeping Pap from moving on. And you know Remy had already seen Pap give Claressa the same support she used to get back in the day. And you just know that had her feeling some type of way. I mean, remember when Pap performed at Claressa's boxing match while she was entering the ring? Y'all, that's a whole new level of love and hype that Remy's probably missing right about now. And seeing him show up and show out for another woman like that, dang, that's gotta sting. But you also gotta wonder, is this just about her being a bitter ex? Or is there something more going on here? 'Cause the way that Remy's holding on so tight, y'all, it's giving, what are you really afraid of? But now reports are coming out claiming that the real reason that Remy won't sign those divorce papers is because she knows Pap's gonna come for that alimony back, and she's not trying to cough up those coins. See, when a partner makes more money in a marriage, the financially weaker partner is usually entitled to spousal support, aka alimony, after the split. Let's not act like Pap wasn't the one holding it down all those years. Courts usually look at a few things when deciding on alimony, like how long the couple was married, the income gap between them, and the contributions made during the marriage. And when you look at Remy and Pap's history, they were together for 11 years. That's over a decade, y'all. They started their relationship back in 2004, tied the knot in 2008, and the relationship officially ended in 2023. But this is where it gets even crazier. They got married over the phone while Remy was locked up in 2008. And if that ain't dedication, then I don't know what is. But let's not forget, Pap stayed by her side and stuck with everything, through everything. When Remy was sentenced to prison for in 2008, Pap was right there. She got out in 2014, and he was still there. They even celebrated their love with the whole televised wedding ceremony in 2015. And by 2018, they welcomed their daughter Reminisce Mackenzie.
Were you surprised when Papoose wanted to marry you? After you got sentenced, because you just knew he was, you just knew he was on it. Yeah.
And
I thought that was like a real stand-up thing to do.
He's one of a kind. I could definitely say that.
Well, Pap held Remy down through some of the toughest years of her life. And now we're talking about who deserves some support. He's definitely got the case. Now let's talk about money, because this is where things get real messy. Remy Ma's net worth is estimated to be around $4 million. And that's a whole lot more than what Pap's estimated to be worth. So when she looks at those divorce papers, she knows Pap's most likely gonna be allowed those alimony payments. A big chunk of Remy's net worth comes from record sales and reality TV appearances and her clothing line. And we can't forget her 2006 debut album, There's Something About Remy. based on a true story. The album was a critical success, and while she didn't blow up like some of her peers, she stayed getting recognition. She's been nominated for Best Female Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards 4 times, and even won once. And that's not nothing.
It was dope. Besides the great performances, it was one small, tiny, itsy bitsy incident with Ra and one of Yandy's friends, but it was nothing.
Trying to sweep someone under the rug?
It was one little fight. Nowhere near me, a football field away.
But let's be real. Even when Remy was locked up, she stayed active in the music scene. She dropped several mixtapes from behind bars. And you know who was out there promoting and monetizing them? Cap. He even kept her name alive when she couldn't do it herself. He was pushing her music, making sure people didn't forget about her, and making moves to keep the income flowing. That's real love and real work. And best believe that work made Remy some serious money.
Miss Remy Ma, Mr. Papoose, really the hip-hop's Hollywood couple right now. Y'all need your own show. That's what everybody's.
And guess who was right there making those checks happen? Pap. He wasn't just a background character. He was a whole part of the storyline. Their love, their struggles, their family, all of that was a part of why people tuned in. So Pap was just as much the star of the show as Remy was. So yeah, he definitely contributed to those TV checks. It was dope.
3-year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection to a in Queens that dates back to 2021. Investigators are looking into the possibility that it was a.
So when Remy launched the Remy Ma collection in 2018, it was another bag. But Pap helped to make that happen too. A portion of the proceeds went to benefit women and families affected by incarceration, which was a dope move. But let's not act like Pap wasn't out here promoting that line. He was rocking the menswear at events and making sure it got seen and bringing attention to the brand. He was doing the kind of promo that people pay influencers big money for. So when we talk about how Remy paid her money, we also got to talk about how much Pap was working behind the scenes to help build the brand. In my presence, Miss Remy Ma, Mr. Papoose, really the hip-hop's Hollywood couple right now. Y'all need your own show. That's what everybody's vying for. This is where things get even deeper. While Remy was in prison, her then teenage son, Jason Scott, was being cared for by Pap. That man stepped up and played a role of father figure when Remy couldn't even be there. That's a big responsibility, and Pap took it on without hesitation. But this is where things took a really sad turn. After Remy got out, her son Jason ended up getting arrested and charged with murder in connection with the 2021 fatal shooting in Queens, New York. He's accused of first-degree murder and other related charges. And while that's a whole tragic situation, it just makes you realize how much stability Pap was providing while Remy was away. He was holding down the household, taking care of her kid, and keeping things together. And that's not something that you can put a price on.
Pisces, I love really, really, really hard. But I'm happy to, love somebody who want to, love somebody back. You know what I'm saying? He is just such a sweetheart. Ain't nobody tell him to tie my goddamn boot either, but he said it wasn't laced right, so he laced it right. It was so funny.
So when we talk about this, divorce and why Remy's dragging her feet, it's looking like more and more that she knows that Pap has a strong case for alimony. But what about Claressa? Oh, she's infuriated by all of it. Because Remy's out here slowing down her whole wedding story. And Claressa is not that type to sit quietly when things ain't going right. Let's not forget, this isn't just a fling with her and Pap. Claressa is out here loving Pap out loud. She's calling him her king, her love, her everything. She's not just playing around. She's all in. But now they're stuck. Claressa can't even take that next step with Pap because he's still legally tied to another woman. Well, imagine being ready to start your life with somebody, but there's a big ol' roadblock that just won't move. And to make things worse, the roadblock, aka Remy, stays in their shadow, stirring the pot, causing drama every chance that she gets. But let's be real a second. For a millisecond, any woman would be raging if they were in Claressa's shoes. She's out here loving this man, supporting him, and getting caught up in his mess with his ex? It's frustrating, it's messy, and it's exhausting. At this point, you gotta wonder how long Claressa's patience is gonna last before she starts demanding some real answers and some real action. But I gotta ask y'all, do you think that Remy is really holding on because she still loves Pap? Or is this just about the alimony check that she knows is on the way? Do you think that Claressa's gonna stick around through all this drama? Or is she eventually gonna get fed up and walk away? And most importantly, how long is? I need to know what y'all think about this, so hit those comments down below and let me know. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn those notifications on so you never miss the tea. Also, check out this next video on your end screen because trust me, it's messy as messy can get, and you do not want to miss it.